Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, so let's get this meeting started. I'm gonna just review last session we had. It just consisted of us dividing up into subgroups, deciding that our project is going to be done through Google Docs, and then we kind of divvied up the research a bit and adjourned our meeting. So it's a pretty quick meeting. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask how everyone was doing with the research.
So I've kind of been I guess dabbling, but it's really hard to find specifics, things. There's a lot of general stuff, but then weeding through it is crazy, and it's just I just don't know if we're going about this the right way. I don't know if is this too specific, and I don't want to change this in the middle, but I'm just wondering if there's a better way to do it.
Yeah, we were talking in class, and we kind of felt like the same thing. I was either finding stuff that was extremely general or so crazy specific. And there's just so much information just on ODD and antisocial personality disorder that I could probably do this project 5 to 10 times over. So we were kind of talking about maybe simplifying it and looking more at the general mental illness. And maybe splitting it to in a different way, so we weren't just in our own boats. So we were not that we all weren't together, but maybe
So it's more we can
more support each
other.
Yeah,
rely on each other.
Yeah. So we were thinking maybe split it into two, through gender, because that's a really good way in the research studies that they're often split up, and we can still focus on teenagers with mental illness, but then boy and girl. So...
No, I really like that idea. I think it might be more organized and easier to present as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that idea. Do you guys have any preference on male or female as far as the research goes?
I mean, I'm fine with doing male.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on female, so that'll make stuff I found still good.
And
okay.
I'll do female as well. Since she goes out to Overland Park for work, then we can meet up if we need to outside of our main group.
Okay,
and make
cool.
things
Avoid a little less of the commute.
Yes.
For you, essentially.
Okay, so Emily and Caitlin, you want to do the female research, and then Carrie and I can take the male, and then maybe the next time we meet up, we can kind of fill each other in and go through it together.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I wanted to talk about kind of where we are right now as far as this assignment goes, and how we're going to progress through it in the future, the next few weeks before spring break starts. So right now we're obviously on 1A doing our video clips, and Emily, you're the last person that has to present. So do you have a time at all? Do we have a next time that we can meet?
Is that due directly after spring break? Do we have to film it before spring break, or?
I think the videos are due the week after spring break, but from what I understood, you can turn your paper in 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? Does anyone?
I know the papers are, I think, 2 weeks after spring break.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right on the video.
It's the week we come back from spring break, it's due?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you have 2 weeks after spring break to do the paper, but 1 week after spring break to do the video.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So we could always meet, before, next week or the following week and do it?
Yeah, and that would maybe give us some time, too, to figure out a little bit more about how we're going to, since we kind of flipped the project on its head, how we're going to
organize it.
Okay. Do you guys have a specific day next week? I know Tuesdays and Thursdays seem to work best because you're in town. I would really, really appreciate it if we could go next Tuesday as opposed to Thursday, because my Thursdays are kind of insane.
Yeah.
So Does that work for everyone, or
Yeah.
do we need to go
I'm in
Thursday?
class until 3:20
Okay.
or 3:30, so I can come after that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And I am too. So maybe just meet around 3:30
Mhm.
here.
And
Sounds
I'll
good to
be-
me.
You can come here and hang out after your class, and maybe we could do research.
Okay, so next Tuesday at 3:30, we'll meet here for Emily's video. Our last video. Well, one of the last ones. Okay. Cool. And then we will further talk about our presentation and research then. Okay, sounds good. That's all I have. I mean,
I feel bad that we can't use your agenda anymore.
no, you're fine. It's fine. No, I'm really happy with the whole divvying up the
Mhm.
research, and I feel like it's going to be way easier to research and present, and we'll be able to get more saturated information as opposed to just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll
I'm
just be
happy with that.
easier too because like I'm definitely like so overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this stuff by myself and like
Mhm.
then you're kind of like in it with at least like one other person where it's like, okay, like it's not all gonna fall on like just me. So then
Right.
like if I'm kind of dropping the ball, like maybe someone else can try to help pick up the slack. I mean like
Yeah.
I'm not planning on dropping
No,
the ball,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like things come up. So
Mhm.
They
Right.
do.
And that way too, we'll be able to split it a little bit more about what we're interested in. So
And we've
Yeah.
just we haven't started it really, so
Mhm.
that's awesome. So we're not like backtracking at all. We're just
yeah,
simplifying.
when we
Yeah.
started enough to know we were in over our heads and needed
Yeah.
to do something different. So better now than later.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
right. Okay, so do you guys have any feedback for me? Positive, negative?
I thought you did a good job, directing the group and going over the dates that we're going to meet and what that looks like and what we're going to be discussing specifically then.
You did a great job contracting. And like last week when I went, I couldn't get us to come to an actual, or 2 weeks ago, like an actual date. And you managed, even though we were all like, I don't know what our schedules look like, you managed to actually get us to pin down a date and a time. So that was really awesome. I think you did amazing with the fact that everything just kind of changed and you adapted and helping us come to a consensus about that. You did awesome.
I think like you did a good job kind of like, okay, so like let's move on. Like it wasn't like blurred lines between the subjects, but I think like maybe at the beginning you kind of said like, okay, we're gonna go over like last week's agenda, and then you just kind of did it, and then you were like, well, now we're gonna kind of do this. Like I think it would have been helpful to be like, okay, I'm gonna go over last week's agenda, and then we're gonna move on to this, and like then we'll do this, and then like just so we kind of ahead of time can be like, okay, this is what we're gonna be thinking about, and like questions that we might have.
Yeah,
But
that
otherwise
really
it
makes
was really
sense.
good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah,
It was a good meeting.
Sorry. I was thinking about how to word this, so it took me a while. So, like, not that we talked about a ton. I think you did a really good job summarizing, but maybe just like concluding sentences.
Okay.
Um,
I
Yeah.
do. I kind of ramble off.
I do too. It's
Me
okay.
too.
Yeah. It's a skill set we're all working on.
Very true.
Well,